It's the first weekend of autumn, and the NFL is in full swing as off we go on EA Sports. From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25. And now Indianapolis set to take the field. They'll run with Taylor to begin the drive. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. The numbers for him from a week ago: 15 carries, 82 yards, and a touchdown.
I can't remember the last time we did a game and a coach didn't talk about establishing the run first. But they've lost 2 straight games, so they still want to do that. But they've got to have some contingencies, some other options. Expect them maybe to throw it a little bit to open up things and maybe run it a little bit more later in the game.
Call it a gain of 4 there, so it sets up a big play here. 3rd and a yard. Well, this defense for the Cardinals very strong last week as they helped their squad improve to 2-0 on the young season.
Yeah, and what stood out to me on tape, the way they were flying to the football. So that tells me that they've got all their assignments down and they're playing with extreme confidence.
They'll try and run for the first with Taylor. 2 yards is the pickup. And it'll give the Colts a first down. Didn't get it by much, but bottom line got the first down. Avoiding that 3 and out. How vital is that on the first drive?
To me, it's like the first round of a boxing match. You know, it may not mean much right then and there, but you'd rather not lose it, right? So you want to go ahead and get it, kind of establish something early, and hope it can carry through.
Now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
Man coverage is certainly a staple of their defense. It's built for plays like that, forcing that incompletion.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. He's got his man. It's Pierce. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. So roughing the passer call is accepted, and this officiating crew not making very many friends here with this crowd.
Yeah, we all know that everyone accuses the officials of kind of playing to the home team, but not in this case. They're just trying to administer the game the way it's supposed to be. That drew the flag.
This will be taken in by Michael Pittman.
Nothing fancy on first down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, you often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for 2nd down, staying ahead of schedule.
Nice play on the football, and while it was tipped in the air and made everyone a little bit anxious before falling to the ground, you just know defensive players are taught to knock the ball to the ground. But early in games, emotions come into play, nerves come into play, and despite the training, the ball was tipped up. Fortunately for them, they didn't pay for that error.
They'll run for it. It's Taylor. And he picks up the first before he's taken down at the 29. Well, we kind of looked at each other as they decided to go for it, but in the end, great execution, a 6-yard gain, and it all works out. This pass caught. It's Woods. And they've got this down to about the 12-yard line. A nice gain there to his trusty tight end, and now it's got them thinking opening drive touchdown here as they get into the red zone.
And in most cases with your tight end, you feel like you've got a mismatch no matter who's covering it. Is it a small cornerback? Is it a linebacker who may not run as well? In any event, whatever you see, you think that tight end can win that battle.
12 more yards there and another first down. To throw. And he's going to be swallowed up and taken down. Sacked back at the 5-yard line. It's a loss of 4, and now it's 2nd and goal.
They just gave up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes. And just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if I'm going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because right now, the quarterback's been getting hit a lot in the last couple of games.
Back at the 5-yard line now, 2nd and goal. They'll set up a throw. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
It's been a good opening drive offensively thus far, but you know they don't want to waste it and settle for a field goal attempt after that incompletion. So this is a big play coming up here on 3rd down.
Touchdown! Jelani Woods, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Colts will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon. Elliott good with a PAT, and it's now a 7-0 game. So that one a 13-play drive in total. And a Jelani Woods touchdown catch capped things off. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. So out come the Cardinals now for their opening drive. And they are led out there by their mobile quarterback.
And he's had good success here already this season throwing the football. 6 touchdown passes in his 2 games. He's really got this offense playing with a lot of confidence, trying to establish themselves early as a Super Bowl contender.
Here we go, set. 50 red. 50 red.
They'll try and start this drive in the air, escaping the pressure right. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
How about that? Red man coverage and decided to test them early. But they proved up to the task and forced the incompletion.
First carry for James Conner. And they're able to get this one across the 35. It's a gain of 11 and a Cardinal first down. He was solid last week, over 100 yards in their victory on the ground. They want to get that going again.
Absolutely. What they also understand is that from week to week, it's not necessarily the same, but they want it to be, right? What they saw last week on the ground, they want to see in this game as well.
And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield. We know that he can get first downs with his arm and his legs, Charles, and there when he gets outside of the pocket, the defense has to account for both, and he's able to complete it for the first.
And he's very comfortable outside of the pocket. Some quarterbacks, that's not their thing. For him, that seems to be the #1 asset to his game. Gets out into the open field, things seem to break down the secondary a little bit, and he picks out the right target.
The numbers there for Conner in last week's game. 24 carries, 130 in the yardage department, and a touchdown, 2.
Just an excellent performance from them on the ground last week, and that speaks to an offense that is operating at a high level on all fronts. Of course, that man running the ball, he's just seeing the field so well. But don't forget about his offensive line. They've really asserted their will out there and are confident they can repeat it again this week.
On 1st and 10 is Conner. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. The Cardinals hit 2-0 here to begin the season. And they come in feeling pretty good after back-to-back victories, CD.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down. This will be the 8th play of the drive here. 3rd and 4. They'll look to throw here. Flush to his right. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. Give him 7 on the tuck and run, and it'll get him a new set of downs. Counting down toward the midway point in quarter 1. Conner up the middle. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. The pickup goes for 13 and sets him up 1st and goal. They'll run here with Conner. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop him right around the 1. It'll There'll be a gain of 5 there as they move closer. It's 2nd and goal.
That's a great run right there on first down. Didn't quite get into the end zone, but now you've set yourself up for at least 2, maybe 3 more shots from close range.
Connor is in. Touchdown, Arizona. First quarter, maybe too early to talk about statement drives, Charles, but that sure seemed like a statement drive right there.
Well, if we're going to talk about statement drives, I think what they're saying is we're going to establish the run. They gave it to him early and often on this drive, and he wound up taking it into the end zone.
Now the extra point. It's up and good. So these teams match touchdowns here in the first quarter, and we're tied 7-7. A pretty long drive that time. 11 plays all told. And it was a touchdown run by James Conner that was the exclamation mark. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards. Second drive coming up here for the Indianapolis Colts. So both of these teams, Charles, coming off touchdowns now, but this offense, they just had to stand on the sideline, watch their opponent author a really impressive drive to reach the end zone.
Yeah, and I think you're not telling yourself the truth if you don't think there's some one-upsmanship going on right now, because they just had their touchdown answered by a drive of double-digit plays that also found the end zone. Now they want to do something even more impressive to answer that one.
First down yardage on the first play of the drive. Give him 14. Now back to throw. Throw left side, taken in by Pittman. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. They'll drop the throw. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
That's what you're going to need to do against those big receivers. You got to get in there and get physical with them. That time he got in close, got in tight, and knocked the ball away.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. They'll look to throw again. Over the middle, that's caught by Taylor. And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line.
It's funny, throughout the time that we've been together, when we talk with running backs about the ability to catch the ball, their eyes light up when they talk about open field and having one-on-one matchups, don't they?
Yeah, they do. That's the reason why. Well, we just saw shedding those tackles, and that's what they're used to doing.
It is, and it starts at the beginning of the play. One-on-one matchup of someone trying to cover them, but they also like those one-on-ones downfield after the catch when they're running with the ball. They think they're going to win those, too. This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here. Did they keep it in? They did. They kept it in. It's down close to the goal line at the 1-yard line.
You rarely call your punter a weapon, but he certainly was there. How about that? Pinning him down at the 1-yard line and helping out the defense in a big way. I'm telling you what, if I'm a defensive coordinator, I might be thinking safety right now.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And it's a unit last drive that did it all on the ground, Charles.
And they controlled it from the interior. Big on big, right? Offensive lineman versus defensive lineman. But you know, in order to keep the football moving downfield, other people have to get involved as well. Your wide receivers, your tight ends, lead runners, anything that you have possible to get in front and keep the ball moving.
Now the defense may be looking out for a pass coming up. 53 yards rushing for him as he's got the afternoon off to a great start. Now they have a little more space to maneuver from the 15, 1st and 10. Looking to throw. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down.
Nice rhythm throw there on first down. He located his tight end, made a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. And this is going to be a Cardinals first down as he gets this up past the 30.
2nd and 1, and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the first down.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. They're going to run this with a tight end. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
Second and 11. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
And that's a nice job there because you've got to play the ball, not the man when in coverage. That'll keep you away from a lot of needless penalties, and he's able to knock that one away.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. He's going to rifle one deep left side. Launches deep. A jump ball, and this is caught. A huge play there for Arizona. 43 yards. Defender was right there in his shorts. Is that one of those situations as a DB where you just tip your cap and say, nice catch?
Well, you're supposed to, but a true competitor, he's not tipping his cap at all. He's upset he still didn't make the play. If it's a 50-50 ball or a moment of truth, he's got to win more than his fair share of them as well.
Probably especially angry because if it was incomplete, would have been 4th down.
Exactly.
They run behind center with Connor. He's able to get 6. A nice pickup down to the 21.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
The last run got 6. Now 2nd and 4. On the counter, it's Connor. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. It's a really nice 15-yard pickup, and now it's 1st and goal.
Well, if they continue to run the football this strong, right up the middle, I don't know if they can wait till halftime to make adjustments. They better find a way to get it done series to series. I don't know if they need to sub some guys out, bring in extra people, maybe change what they're doing on the defensive side of the ball. But right now, they're running the ball very well right at them and right up the middle.
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. A great effort there. His 2nd rushing touchdown on the year. And the Cardinals go nearly the length of the field and finish it off with 6 points. And that run caps off a 99-yard drive.
Would it be safe to say that finishing run is an exclamation point on this one?
Big time. I mean, 99-yard drive.
I mean, when you start that, all you're thinking about as an offense is somehow trying to create room for your punter. And if you can get 2 first downs, you've considered the drive a success. I don't know what you call this. All the way down, putting in the end zone. That's pretty spectacular.
Ultimate success. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20. Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. And that will be incomplete. They couldn't hook up on what's going to be the final play of this first quarter. Through one quarter, 14-7 our score. The Colts on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. They'll set up to throw. Pass out left, caught by Woods. And boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. The Colts send out their punter as he'll punt it away for the second time. That's pulled in at the 32. 35 yards that time on the punt. And the Cards will take over, 1st and 10. There's James Conner now as he trots back onto the field. And he's well on his way to a 100-yard game. He's already more than halfway there. We're only in the second quarter.
And what I've always loved about running backs is they'll tell you, I had no idea how many yards I had.
Right.
Those guys have an innate sense of where they are in a ball game and how many yards they've accumulated, because you know they're always working towards 100.
He's been working well towards 100 here. Here's a 2nd and 7. Forced out to his left. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. I know it's an emotional game, Charles. You can't do that.
And when you get into your film sessions and you argue your case with your coaches, that's exactly what they say at the end. You just can't do it. It costs your team.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. Looking left side, he's got it. Complete. Down inside the 10. Touchdown, Cardinals. A great play there. 31 yards. And the Cardinals are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Week after week, Charles, when we see this offense operate, I don't know, they just seem to get more impressive.
They certainly do, and let's face it, it's no surprise they're the best in the NFL in scoring. This team designs things well and executes even better. And here, it only takes a few snaps before they're in the end zone. That's how they demoralize teams. That's how they put them on notice.
Extra point right down the middle. And it's now 21-7. The long touchdown pass gets him 6 on a very, very tidy 2-play drive that time. The Cardinals setting out to kick this one away, and off we go. Here comes the Colts offense now as they make their way onto the field. Charles, a very uninspired effort. The last time we saw them out there was a quick 3-and-out, then they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
A carry by Taylor to start the drive. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
Defenses always talk about earning the right to rush the passer on 3rd down. And you know what offenses want? Win first down so they can set things up for themselves better.
And that wasn't helpful there. Not a big impact on first down. And his throw's going to be incomplete. A misconnection there. He's hit on just 50% of his passes thus far. That's not where you want to be.
Now you see the evolution of the game. You go back to the quarterbacks of old, 50% would be terrific because they threw the ball downfield almost every time they threw it. Now with the short passing game, you should be above 60% just to be in the average range.
And that will be incomplete.
This defense has certainly played well so far in this game, and the coverage has been tight on just about every throw. Forced a few here so far in this game, and now it brings up 4th down.
It's a 39-yard punt, 8 on the return, and out will come the offense as they take over. Here's James Conner now as he trots back onto the field. He's been good. His guys are winning. So far, the recipe working here in the second quarter.
He doesn't like to just tote the rock. He wants to carry his team on his back, and that's what he's done throughout this game.
Yeah, he's done that. He'll be hoping to continue that trend. So good field position for the Cardinals as they come up 1st and 10 at the 40. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46.
If you're in the offensive huddle, you're smiling after that play because you've certainly got them guessing now. Second and short, could they just hand it off for another big gain? Or did they take advantage of this spot to take a big shot downfield?
High throw, but the catch is made. And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield.
And the tight end is certainly a position built to move the chains because they can control space underneath. If they've got good hands, then, of course, they're a dynamic target. But one other thing is they're right in the sight lines of a quarterback on just about every play. And that makes it easier for the quarterback to pick him out and deliver.
And he'll be hauled down at about the 30-yard line.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space. And it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there of holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
And he's able to work his way down inside the red zone to the 19-yard line. A gain of 10, first down, Arizona.
We both know it's difficult, but they've made it look effortless out there. Through the air, on the ground, they've moved the ball with relative ease.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. He'll look to throw. And his throw is incomplete.
Nice back-to-back plays defensively. They're stacking momentum now. 1 incompletion, 2 incompletion. They're going for more.
He'll drop to throw. And that is caught. What a catch inside the 5. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Everything's going right here in this first half, and they've got a good lead, and part of that can be attributed to their success on 3rd downs. This is another conversion here, and they can look to really open things up now with this 1st and goal.
And he is in for 6. Touchdown, Cardinals. A great effort there. His first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Cardinals have moved out in front by 3 touchdowns. And they drew up the counter there. It worked. They're glad they drew up the counter.
And a lot of times what you're trying to do is just simply get the defense moving in one direction. It doesn't take much. Even 1 step's enough. Get them going in one direction and then cut back against the grain and let your running back finish it off and get the work done.
The extra point splits the uprights. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. That time, a 9-play drive, and it results in a 4-yard touchdown run. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Here comes the Indianapolis offense now as they get set to take over. They're down 3 touchdowns to this point, needing to put something together as they have it 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yeah, so let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They've given him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. And his throw here is incomplete.
Tough series for the passing game. Things just aren't clicking. Hoping they can come through on this play and get this series back on track with a completion for enough yardage for a first down.
And this offense on third down today, they've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. They'll look to throw. The Cards get to him here. He's brought down for a sack. And the defense coming through on third down. A loss of 7 to bring up 4th.
3 scores down, not even a halftime yet. They're not getting much generated offensively. They've got to figure it out.
It's tough because this defense just seems to be playing with so much confidence right now.
They really are. They are on their toes, and they're getting at them.
The Colts send out their punter as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. That'll go as a punt of 34 yards that time. And they will take over 1st and 10. So here are the Cardinals to take over. They've won 2 straight, and they lead this one as well as they come up on 1st and 10. They start with a give to Connor. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
Nice chunky yards on first down. It really opens up your options for what you want to do on 2nd. You go right back to him and hope he explodes, or sucker the defense in before throwing over the top.
On the move to his left. He's got a man. It's his fullback. And some space here. A big play there on the catch and run. 45 yards.
But not many teams use the fullback in the passing game. Heck, not many teams use a fullback anymore in the NFL. And even with those that do, you don't typically see a lot of big plays when the ball's thrown to him. In this case, it exceeded expectations.
Here's a handoff to Connor. And he'll take this one in for the Arizona touchdown. James Conner. That one's a milestone. Touchdown number 150 for his great career. And the Cardinals are able to add on to their first half lead.
Okay, we need to double check here with Marvin because he keeps all of our good stats. But what I've got is 5 drives, 5 touchdowns, and they've got a nice healthy lead.
Well, after the first drive, we thought things might be clicking. They're really clicking at this point. They're clicking about as much as they can click.
And right
I just said click a lot.
Yes, you did, but that's okay because the guy who's coordinating the defense, trying to slow them down,
good luck.
He's going to have hair that looks like mine very soon. Not much of it.
Point after, right down the middle. And the route is on here in this first half. So they only needed 3 plays on that drive. And it was a touchdown run by James Conner that was the exclamation mark. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And the Colts getting ready to go. See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football a ton in this ball game because of stalled-out drives.
So are you saying that you're kind of tired of seeing the punter run out there and do his thing during this game? Is that what you're trying to say?
Well, I mean, I'm okay with it. I have a feeling that this offense, they don't want to see the punter again.
And frankly, the punter doesn't want to run out there anymore himself. He would love to see his offense put together a drive and give his leg a rest.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. He'll look to throw. Throwing the out route, incomplete. That's Blake. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. His first catch of the game, good for 11 and a first down. It's been a very one-sided game so far. They got to change what they're doing right now, don't they? You can't wait till the halftime speech to make an adjustment.
No, you can't, because if you're doing it right, you're adjusting from series to series, and they need a big adjustment here to try and put some points on the board.
They'll look to throw here on first down. For Marshall, that's complete. That'll go for a gain of 7, and it's second down. Again, he'll drop to throw. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here.
With a dime look on defense, 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Back to throw again. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Offensively lucky they're able to keep the football, but now 4th down, so they'll have to boot it away.
I do think, though, they're going to look at this as a positive. 1, they recovered the fumble, so they retained possession. But 2, being able to punt it changes field position for them. Imagine if that turnover takes place there. Now your defense has to go onto the field and try and hold. Instead, they get a little breathing room.
The Colts send out their punter as he's on for the 5th time here today. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. This is taken at the 23. Following the punt return here, there is someone shaken up. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment. Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. Well, everything right now that they touch on this side of the football, it seems to turn to gold. They've scored on 3 straight possessions. That lead continues to grow. And, I mean, if they can get points here, Charles, might almost be an insurmountable comeback for the other side.
I think you make a great case for that, so I'm going to flip it over to the other side. Could they make the big comeback? Certainly. Am I expecting it? Not at all. I think if we don't see a drastic change in how they're playing, this blowout's going to get bigger and bigger before the final gun.
Yeah, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. That one good for 26 and a 1st down.
Let's just call it what it is. This has been a flat-out struggle for this defense all game long. They've really had a hard time slowing them down. And while I'm not big on speeches and guys jumping up and down, they might need their team leader on defense to get in their face right now and light a fire under these guys. They've got to start playing better assignment football and start getting guys on the ground.
On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. The 1st down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Back to throw here. Quick hitter here. It's complete. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. A loss on that play, and now 3rd down gets tougher. 3rd and 6. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. They're going to look to throw. And he fires one, but incomplete.
And there's a good opportunity that just went awry there. A drop pass. I guess that's why they call them running backs and not catching backs.
And this one is right through. And that will extend their lead even further. So after 5 touchdowns offensively, hey, maybe it's time to get the kicker a little work, and he's able to connect there.
I love that empathetic side of you. You're worried about him getting some action, getting to be a part of the game. Well, he got in and got it done.
And now Indianapolis set to take the field. And right now these guys, they're shuffling a little bit, maybe doubting, because 3 straight drives have ended with them punting the football away.
Yeah, so you start pointing fingers at each other a little bit, asking a lot of questions. What are you seeing? What are you getting? Maybe trying to narrow down your playbook a little bit and maybe get simpler rather than more complex in order to try and fashion together a drive.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
This is what defensive coaches ask of their defenders every single ball game. Get a hand on every throw in coverage. They want the deflections. They want the knockaways. Pick it yourself if you can, but at least knock it down and guarantee it's incomplete.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. Pressure comes and the Cardinals bring him down. Cameron Thomas. That is now 2 sacks for him here in this first half. That's number 4. Sack number 4. They had 4 last week, so he's been down on the ground a lot.
Partner, they say the eye in the sky does not lie. And that's indeed the case because they watched the game tape from the previous week, incorporated it into their own defensive scheme, and continued to get after this quarterback.
And now this defense will be searching for sack number 5. The offense on 3rd down, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. This will be 3rd and a mile. Ball had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going. The Colts send out their punter as they're forced to kick for the 6th time today. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. There's James Conner now as he trots back onto the field. He's in his zone, 2nd quarter, already closing in on a 100-yard game.
And that's the magic number for a running back. Anytime you get to that triple digits, that's all you're looking for. But he's got a chance to really exceed that in this one.
Yeah, he does. That's been the gold standard for a long time, hasn't it, that 100-yard mark?
It really has, and that never has to shift because it's in a game. It's a 1,000-yard mark. I'm wondering since we've gone from 12 to 14 to 16 games, maybe we need to up that a little.
And he'll get this down only to about the 46. On the give, this is their fullback. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41. 1:58 left to play till we hit halftime. We remind you that coming up at halftime, Jonathan Coachman will be alongside. He'll have highlights and analysis from Orlando of this first half of action. On 3rd down, they're going to run for it here. And now a stoppage, and looks like we have a Colt who was shaken up on that last play. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment. Needing the tough yards, they run it with their fullback. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. That is caught at the 7. Touchdown. A great play there. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Cardinals have got it on cruise control. Only the 2 catches for him thus far, CD, but both of them have resulted in touchdowns.
And I think he's on the bench right now, Brandon, smiling at his position coach and telling him, all those times you talked to us about efficiency, I'm living it right now.
Extra point right down the middle. And a rout is on here in this first half. So the drive there took 6 plays. And the Cardinals cap it with a touchdown. The Cardinals set now to kick this one away, and off we go. Now the Colts offense gets ready to head back on the field. Over on the sideline, hoping to hit that reset button between possessions. Last time out, they had to punt it away. This time hoping to finish this thing off in the end zone. And the pressure will bring him down here. The Cardinals get home for the sack. Taken down for the 5th time this game. Multiple defenders there to get him. But, Charles, this has been something to watch so far. This is where you really feel for a quarterback. He's been running for his life in this first half.
Brandon, that's 5 sacks already, so you know he's got to be saying, can we get some more guys in here to block, please? Because if we don't, we're going to need another quarterback.
Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. And, he coughs up the football near his own goal line. And this will be scooped up in the end zone. A defender gets there, and it's a touchdown. Well, Charles, I mean, things just seem to be getting worse and worse for one sideline. Or flip it over after that fumble return for a touchdown. Better and better on the opposite end. What an impressive first-half performance.
And, partner, I know the saying in the NFL goes that no lead is safe. But I will say that this one seems pretty secure. And if we continue to see plays like that, I'm going to switch back and say this lead is safe.
Extra point up and through. And a rout is on here in this first half. The scoop and score, always an exciting play in football, and we witnessed it there. Grabbing it off the ground and then rumbling it into the end zone for 6. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. The Colts now, their offense works their way back onto the field. And Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
And that one off the mark behind him, incomplete.
The defender certainly didn't forget about him leaking out of the backfield. There was a guy ready and waiting to pick him up in coverage, and that throw had no shot.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. This will be swung out wide for Taylor. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. Now the Colts going to burn the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime. On 3rd down, here's Taylor. And he'll take this one up close to the 25-yard line. Just a 1-yard gain on the play, and that'll mean a call to the punt team as it's 4th down.
Well, they got off the field on 3rd down. An excellent job, an excellent defensive series. We always talk about adjustments and usually only at halftime. But the best teams adjust series to series. And on that series, they adjusted so well that they got the job done in fine style.
A 40-yard punt, no return. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. So time perhaps for one final kneel down before they take this lead to the locker room. And with time running down, they go down to a knee. So we've reached halftime here in what is quickly turning into quite a rout. As we send you on out to our studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman at REA Sports Halftime Report.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. Time to give you folks at home a look around the NFL on this first official weekend of fall. So let's get to it. We'll begin out west at Levi's Stadium in Santa Clara. And it's the Rams who are out in front as those teams approach halftime. Jordan Love with a couple of touchdown tosses. From there, we're off to check out another game. And as you see, they were winners earlier this afternoon. Dak Prescott, 5 touchdown passes, leading his guys to the victory. Lastly, let's get you way up to Seattle. See what's happening with the Seahawks. And they've got the lead over the visiting Chicago Bears. The Seahawks trying to gut this one out as it would be a good victory for them if they could get it. Meanwhile, our game has been a boat race. Very one-sided to this point. And for the call of the second half, Let's get it back to our commentating team, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always to you and the gang in Orlando as we welcome everyone back in for quarter number 3. The Cards with the lead, and they will get this football first as the second half gets started. Takes it at the 7. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. The Cardinals ready to go here to start the third quarter.
Here we go. 45. White.
They'll start on the ground here on first down. And he'll take this up near the 35, maybe the 34. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Rolling to his right. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
As a general rule, offensive linemen like to know where their quarterback's going to be when he's setting up to throw the football. But sometimes they just have to get on the run, get on the move. He was able to do that on that play and picks up a first down with a nice throw.
On the handoff, Connor to the 43, second down.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
Eluding the pressure right. Now he's going to throw deep right side. That's caught inside the 20. And he's going to be shoved out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. A huge play there for Arizona. 43 yards. I guess that answers the question of whether or not they're going to try to play conservative and protect this lead in the third quarter.
And I think this is something we're seeing more and more of in the NFL. Teams not playing to protect leads, teams playing to extend them.
So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll toss this out right for Connor. And effective running here. He'll take it down inside the 10. 94 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon. Connor going to get it again on second down. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. James Conner, his 3rd touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And the Cardinals take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Boy, another score. This lead gets even bigger. And Charles, we haven't even hit the fourth quarter yet.
Well, forget the deficit, right? They're really not going to cut into that a heck of a lot. But how can they get out of here with some dignity? Can they get a stop or two? Can they make a play on offense themselves? Anything to start to feel better about what's happened to them here in this one.
Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. Is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Here's the Colts now as they get ready for their first possession on offense of the second half. First and 10, Taylor now. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down.
Not a huge carry there on first down, but not all of them will be. But still, all in all, a positive play for the offense. It's all about picking up at least a few to set up what you're going to do here on second down.
A quick throw there, going to be batted away and incomplete.
And there's another stop. One of the league's best defenses is certainly bringing it again this week.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on third down. And, that's going to wind up incomplete. Nearly their first pick of the game, but it does bring up 4th down.
Well, partner, they've certainly played up to their top 10 defensive ranking this week. They've stifled this opposing offense throughout this game. This contest is now lopsided because of their efforts, and there's still a quarter to go.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. And he fields it cleanly. He'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. A very good return there. Give him an even 20 yards. And the Cardinals, great field position to start this drive as they take over 1st and 10. With the football back in the hands of the Arizona Cardinals. And as the offense begins another drive here, pretty simple, Charles. They want to carbon copy what happened the last time out when they ended their drive in the end zone.
You're right about that, partner. Sounds pretty simple, doesn't it? Just score again, but we know it's not that simple because we don't just make adjustments at halftime if you're a good football team. You spend that time on the sideline, you study what's on the notes and the tablets, and you make those adjustments to prevent a repeat of the last drive. Series to series, the best teams, that's how they get it done.
And we'll find out here soon enough whether those adjustments are enough defensively. 2nd and 2. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And they'll work this down inside the 30.
Well, I certainly don't want to pile on, but this defense has just not been up to the challenge in this game, and this continues as we see here. Coverage, not been very good, soft in spots. There's an easy throw and catch for another first down.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and it'll be 2nd and very short.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
2nd down and inches. And that is caught. Touchdown, Cardinals. From 19 yards away. And the Cards are pouring it on. Well, on the other sideline right now, it's just absolute dejection. But, Charles, let's focus on the positive. With the lead that they built here, they've done pretty much everything to perfection in this ball game.
They certainly have. Makes me think that their week of preparation was excellent. And they flowed into this game, and it carried over. And right now, I don't expect them to back off at all. They're playing so well, they just want to keep it going.
Point after try forthcoming. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. So that drive of 4 plays. And it winds up in a touchdown for Arizona. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. The Colts offensive unit ready to see what they can do here. Well, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable. Now, a win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles, but I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper going in. This one has turned out to be everyone's worst nightmare realized.
Not only did he have a chance to scan the field there, it felt like he had a chance to scan it twice. The protection was that good. Unfortunately for him, the coverage downfield, equally good.
And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down.
52's the mark, boys. 52.
And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down. The Colts send out their punter as he's on here to punt it away. Touchdown, Cardinals! 63 yards on a punt return score. And the Cardinals get another third-quarter touchdown to add on to that lead.
Well, it certainly feels like that kind of game, doesn't it? No matter what they do, it's going to work. That might be the absolute crusher right there. A punt return for a touchdown.
Feels like there's been a lot of crushers in this game. This lead just gets bigger. Point after, right down the middle. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. Well, we know he has home run hitting ability in the punt return department, and he showcases it there all the way back for 6. So after the punt return touchdown, let's see what their opponents can do with this kickoff. And the Colts coming out now. The last series for him, a little disappointing, forced a punt. And now they'll try to do better here and come away with some points as they begin this drive. 1st and 10.
19 Tiger, 19 Tiger. My 52, my 52. I know he ain't got it.
Back to throw now on 1st down. And he'll find his target, Woods. It's complete. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. Give him 10 yards there, and about by the nose of the football, he's going to have a 1st down. Now left side, a completion to his tight end. And able to use his stiff arm for a little bit of leverage before he's a good gain. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and it's 2nd down. Up the middle, here's Taylor. And this won't be enough to pick up the 1st. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1.
If they're going to get a 1st down out of this, they're going to have to earn it because there's been tough going in the interior there. And here we are on 3rd and 1. Be prepared. Brace yourself. Going to be some contact going on.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. They go to the ground again with Taylor. And he will have the 1st down as he's brought down up near midfield. Just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive.
Yeah, they really needed to get something going, didn't they? They had punted on the last 2 possessions. The running game starting to come to the front for them, providing a nice pickup there to keep this drive going.
They'll look to throw now on 1st down. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the Cardinals have got it. Going the other way. And they bring this one back. A scoop and score. A fumble recovery touchdown for Arizona. So that is now 2 fumble return touchdowns. You talk about something that's going to drive a head coach crazy.
Without a doubt. But for the defensive guys, once you do it once, you create a frenzy. Everybody wants to get involved, and they got it done a 2nd time.
Extra point right down the middle. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. So not only the cough up, but then the pickup on the other side, the scoop, and the score the other way, the fumble return for a touchdown. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. The Colts set to take over here offensively. It's a game that they would rather probably forget about, at least to this point, Charles. And one reason is turnovers. The turnover on the last drive, they had the issue in the first half as well, and that's really, unfortunately for them, helped to put this game out of reach.
And you know they won't admit it to themselves, but we know that winning the game is pretty much out of the picture now.
Looking for Marshall, but it's intercepted. And they will score. It's a pick six for the Cardinals touchdown. And Charles, for this offense, those interception woes they kind of had in the first half have now followed them into the second half. And for this defense, they take advantage, turn that into a pick six.
And that defense is in a spot now where they're thinking about ways to close this game out. And as confidently as they've been playing, I expect them to do exactly that.
Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. Here comes the Colts offense now as they make their way onto the field. Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them, the turnovers. They've had issues keeping the football in their possession.
And every game that's ever been played, all coaches talk about taking care of the football and limiting turnovers. And in this one, after we saw that first turnover, we worried that things would snowball, and it certainly did, especially on the scoreboard.
And that's caught left side. It's Woods. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. Now a quick slant as the throw's complete. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. The ball comes out, but this will fortunately wind up out of bounds.
I don't know about you, but I could hear and feel the sigh of relief all the way up here in our booth.
That was palpable. The sideline, the friend there.
No doubt about it. Ball goes over the sideline, able to retain possession, no turnover. I know his coaches are screaming, just hang on to the ball, man.
On 2nd down, it's Taylor. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down. That's some good tackling there to keep him short of that yellow line.
Yeah, defensively, all I'm thinking is that on that play, get me to 3rd down. Get me into a position where I can make one more play and get my defense off the field.
They'll look to throw for it on 3rd and 1. And he'll find Pittman. And they're going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made here at the Cardinals' 42. It's an 11-yard pickup. Thought they'd run it on 3rd and 1. Not the case. Well, the margin on that scoreboard, obviously, for them, it looks daunting. But I don't know, Charles. They're probably not focused on that right now. Maybe just chaining together a positive drive with plays like we just saw, giving themselves something to build on.
Yeah, I think you're right about that. And what they have to be careful of is getting glued to that scoreboard trying to do too much. Because if you do that, you're all but guaranteed to start making mistakes. Just focus on one play at a time and make each one successful.
3 yards remain for 2nd down. The Cards get to him here. He's brought down for a sack. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack.
Oh, you can just see it in their body language. They're starting to see victory on the horizon now. And if it comes to fruition, they got to give a game ball to the front 7. Defensive line has taken charge and controlled this game. Face a challenge of stopping this opposing offense, and they've done so with ease.
Mike 52, Mike 52. Yeah.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And he'll be taken down here just shy of the 30. Well, still in the 3rd quarter here. Now, you look at the scoreboard, that deficit probably a little too much to overcome, but completions like that may be something to build on for future weeks.
Yeah, it's all about ending things on a strong note here, isn't it? Because my mindset is it's a new ball game from here to the end. Make sure it's a good one and close it out.
Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw. He's going to be sacked back at the 23-yard line. The sack recorded. It's a loss of 5, and now it's 2nd down.
Well, this has to count as a great team effort today, but this man, he's been at the center of all of it. Really special day for any defense to have this many sacks in a game, even more so for this player. One of the best individual efforts of the season.
So after a rare misstep on this drive, they'll try to make amends on 2nd and 15. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Throw left side complete. That's Marshall. And able to get this down inside the 15, either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down.
Well, they certainly aren't letting up today, partner, because they've forced big turnovers already, and it's been incredibly tough for them to get yards against, let alone put points up on the board.
Oh, they pitch to the tight end. It's a fake. They're not going to get it. They try to move the chains with a surprise, but it's a turnover on downs. They pass up the 3, fake it. It doesn't work. And the Cardinal defense is going to get the football back. Arizona's offense back out and ready to go. They're obviously right now in the driver's seat, comfortably ahead. They've scored on a couple straight possessions, Charles, and I mean, for them, I guess it's just more of the same, right? Keep doing what you've been doing.
Yeah, it's not typical for us to see games out of reach in the 3rd quarter. Right now, they're unstoppable in this one. And seeing how they just came out onto the field, it does appear like they're done scoring points in this one. They look awfully confident.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. They'll throw over the middle, taken in. And he's tackled at the 38, but they doubled their yardage. The play started at the 19, and they gained 19.
This offensive game plan has just been sensational. I mean, when you think about all the different ways they've gotten their receivers open so far, it's really been impressive. Scheme, design, execution.
It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down. Quarters in the books. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Welcome back to the desert. We're in Glendale. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the 4th quarter. A very one-sided affair. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. On a determined run there as he's going to take this all the way down near the 40. 57 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries. The running game continues to be a big part of their success here early in the 4th quarter.
And with those types of runs, that tells you they feel very confident in their running game. They feel very strong at this stage of the contest, and they want to keep doing exactly what we saw there, running the ball down their throat.
That one good for 10 yards. And that'll make it 2nd and a foot or so. On play action, they'll throw. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. But Charles, they're still airing it out at this point despite that huge lead. And some people may be saying, well, why are they throwing the football These guys, I guess, are just padding their stats at this point.
Yeah, there are a lot of big grins, I think, from people in their families, from themselves. You're exactly right. Pad the stats when you get an opportunity. It'll certainly help you come contract time.
They go play action here on first down. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. That one goes for 16 yards. It sets him up first and goal. Connor on the toss play. And he'll take this one in for the Arizona touchdown. James Conner taking it in from 7 yards away. And the Cardinals are closing in on a third straight victory to start the campaign. So a toss play there does the trick as he's into the end zone.
And you don't run this unless you're sure you've got a guy who has the speed who can get to the edge, because what you're hoping for him to win the race to the corner and turn it upfield to the end zone.
Point after, right down the middle. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. So that drive consumes 9 plays all told. And it was a touchdown run by James Conner that was the exclamation mark. The Cardinals set now to kick this one away, and off we go. From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And he'll be dropped at the 21-yard line. So bringing it out of the end zone proves not a good decision. Loses him about 4 yards. Here comes the Indianapolis offense now as they get set to take over. And they unfortunately are staring at a mini losing streak developing, trailing here in the fourth quarter. This would be their third straight defeat. That one finds Pierce right side. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. 2nd and 1. Delivers another one to Pierce. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 5th catch of the afternoon, and that gives him a first down. They'll set up a throw. Out of his hands quickly to Pittman. And they're going to get this up to midfield. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And this is going to be incomplete.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they've forced in this runaway contest.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free. And it brings up 4th down.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
And this is going to be ruled out, I think, just inside the 20. Yes, it will. Side judge calls it at the 19-yard line. Arizona getting ready to go as they take the field. Well, they don't really need the points here, Charles, given what we're looking at on the scoreboard, but they've scored on 3 consecutive possessions, 3 consecutive drives, and I'm sure that they would like to keep that streak going here and continuing to pour it on.
And things have gotten that way in the NFL, haven't they, partner? Because in the old days, people would, they'd get off the gas a little bit, right? But now, people continue to accelerate. But we'll see what they decide to do as they come out for this one. But the way this game has gone, they've got to be awfully happy with their execution overall.
Now a play fake here on first down. Steps away. This is taken in by McBride. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 18 on that one, and the Cardinals have a first down.
I'll tell you what, partner, the way he's been slinging it in this one, I think he should be ticketed for a baseball cap and a set of headphones for the next drive. He's been absolutely sensational. But one thing we've both learned about quarterbacks in this league, they often stay on the field longer than you expect.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Back to throw. Goes right back to McBride. Now we're going to get a stoppage here as we've got an injured Cardinal on the field. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside. They'll look to throw again. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he's going to be taken down just shy of the 35.
That was a route run, not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Now it's Connor. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
And they'll get this one to about the 20-yard line. 51 yards on the ground for him now on 9 carries. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. A quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete. Well, let's face it, not a lot left for them to prove in this game, but they're still throwing the football. I guess, of course, CD, you can always get the backups some work. There's new plays to try out. But some people, let's face it, they just want to run the score up. It's fun.
I love the way that you expressed that because you gave plenty of reasons why people like to do things. But ultimately, they just like to keep their foot on the gas, and they just want to tromp on teams. And what I like to see is, if you like to do that, how do you handle it when it comes back against you? On those days where someone can run it up.
He rifles one that's intercepted. And the Colts are going to take over here on the INT at their own 5-yard line. Their passing game has been spectacular this afternoon. Finally, a win for the defense.
You think maybe there was an adjustment there. Finally gained a measure of, I don't even know if you call it revenge, but got a play done against him, and that's been difficult for them all game long.
And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. From deep in their own territory, they look to throw. In trouble, and the ball's out. It's in the end zone loose. And, oh, that is going to be a safety. Things are just going from bad to worse now. It's a safety that does them in here, and that is one frustrated offensive unit.
They can't get out from under their own shadow right now. I mean, I know this is the NFL, but could you imagine a college crowd right now? Imagine what they'd be doing. They'd be chanting, "Start the bus," because they think this one is over.
Now the free kick comes after the safety from the 20 as they bring the punter on to try and get some hang time here. Taken from just outside the 30.
At some point, we're going to get it through our heads. Special teams, the spark that often wins games.
So good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 42. They'll start this drive out on the ground and able to work about 5 yards out of this as he's taken down up near the 47.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
And now a first chance for the backup here to throw. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line. Partner, I know we're still in the afternoon slate here. Some primetime games still on the docket, but it's going to be tough to top this effort. What an offensive performance we have seen. They have been unstoppable from the moment we began this game, and they're not holding back. They're still throwing the football here in the fourth.
They certainly are, and let me tell you something. If you're old school, you don't like this at all. But in today's football, you just go ahead and savor it. Watch a team execute at a high level. Doesn't matter what the scoreboard says.
Looking middle, and that's complete. And they'll get him to the ground. He has another first down at the Colts' 12-yard line. That one good for 16, and the drive will continue. Well, they have been unstoppable this afternoon, Charles. They just went after them from the start, and pass plays like we just saw. They're continuing their dominance here despite the big lead in the fourth quarter.
And that they have in every way. And plays like that across all phases of the game, they've just been effortless for them in this one. And that's what's helped them build such a large lead and allowed them to smile as this game continues.
And that went a little too high as it's knocked away and incomplete. Well, their passing attack, even though that one was incomplete, has been really sharp in this one. It's resulted in a lot of touchdowns, and it looks like they're not going to stop throwing the football until the very end of this one.
Well, that will certainly make everyone involved on offense pretty happy because that gives them all a chance to pad their stats a bit. But as far as the actual need, you and I both know they can just run this clock out because this one, it was over a long time ago.
To throw on third down, Sands. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he'll get this down inside the 5 to the 4 before he's out of bounds. And now out is the Cardinal field goal team here. From the right hash here, should be an easy one. And his kick is good. And that will extend their lead even further. Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. And now Indianapolis set to take the field. Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And they'll be faced with a 3rd and inches. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up.
Oh, I thought he had that one, and that was nearly a big 3rd down conversion to give this drive some life. Instead, they're on the spot and help separate the receiver from the ball.
It's a 42-yard punt. They keep him to just a yard on the return. And the Cardinals getting set to trot out there now. CD, I mean, they have just been scoring at will. It's been score after score after score, and a lot of times we use the term blowout for a lopsided ball game. This has kind of gone past that. I think we're in historic territory right now.
You nailed it. Historic territory. Perfect phrase for what we are watching. If this were a movie, what kind of rating would we put on it? Who would you allow to watch what we're watching right now? Let's hope this one gets over fast, because this game, well decided a long time ago.
And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's third down. Back to throw. Sands firing quickly here, and that's complete. And a good job defensively. They stop him short of the first at the 32. Here comes the Cardinals punter now. Always a good sign when your first punt comes in the fourth quarter. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. 37 yards on the punt with no return. And the Colts will go on offense here, 1st and 10. Here comes the Indianapolis offense now as they get set to take over. Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there at second down. So 2nd down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40. They'll drop to throw. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down. So the Colts in possession of the football as we get you reset. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Now back to throw. Going to Woods, but that pass is intercepted. Another great play defensively. They've been sharp on both sides of the ball, Charles, but that interception means that this defense will very well keep them down to single. Digits on the scoreboard in this game.
And that's certainly something to smile about, isn't it, partner, if you're on defense? Because your goal every game is to pitch a shutout, but you and I both know that's pretty unrealistic. But to hold a team below double figures in a game, in an NFL game, that's certainly something to take pride in.
Books as just a one-play drive and then 3 points tacked on to the end of it. Well, he was a spectator for much of this game. This is his first field goal opportunity of the entire contest, but he's able to connect.
Yeah, he had a pretty good seat to this one, didn't he? But let's face it, all kickers that you and I know, they want to contribute. They want their opportunity, and he seized his.
And now this offense comes back out onto the field. CD, it's all window dressing at this point. I mean, the best they can do is end the game with a nice drive to maybe build some momentum to move forward into their next contest.
Yeah, and with how lopsided this game has been, even one score might not do a lot of cosmetic good on the scoreboard, partner, because it's just about looking forward at this point. Get a touchdown here, give yourself some positive momentum and reps to focus on when you get back to practice in the next couple of days.
So just 3 yards on the completion there, and it'll be 2nd down. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Being chipped and eventually taken. Great coverage downfield. That winds up pushing him back 11 yards on the sack. And that'll bring up 3rd.
Guys with his talent in the pocket aren't supposed to be getting hit like this, and you know an intense conversation with the offensive line is going to occur after this one. Might not be from him, but the offensive line coach will have plenty to say about this game.
The Cards going nickel. An extra defensive back out there now on third down. And this pass broken up. And the contact well timed there. And now fourth down. The Colts send out their punter, standing about a yard deep in his own end zone. And now a fair catch called for and taken just outside the 40-yard line. A 41-yard punt there with no return. And the Cards will take over 1st and 10. Here's the Arizona offense now as they get set to take over. Well, CD, you and I do a lot of games together, but it is pretty rare that we do a game of this margin. I mean, this has just been total domination from start until now, and I don't think they're going to take their foot off the gas at this point.
Do you think that on the sideline, some jokester said to one of his teammates, maybe a few of them, hey, we're up 50. Why not go for 100? You think maybe that line was uttered on the sideline? I can't believe what we're seeing here. An NFL game this lopsided.
And they will take a knee here. Well, fans usually love to see scoring, and there was no shortage of it today. What a dominant showing from an offense that was truly playing at an elite level in this contest.
Partner, this game was over a long time ago, and you noticed they did not want to slow down anything. Absolutely a dream scenario for everyone on that offense, and they took advantage of every second. Guaranteed popcorn for everyone in their film session.
So for Arizona, it's an ideal start as they move to 3-0 now on the young season. And they'll hit the road next week to take on the Chicago Bears. Meanwhile, for Indianapolis, the early struggles continue as they'll sink to 0-3. And they'll look to get back on the beam next week as they host the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.